My name is Emily Carter, and if I could go back in time and erase the words I said to my husband that night, I would. Every syllable of that foolish, prideful sentence haunts me. My DMs are full of men who would treat me better than you. I said it out of anger, spite, and a desperate need to win an argument. But in reality, I lost something so much bigger. I lost him. It all started in our cozy two-bedroom apartment in Dallas, Texas. Daniel Carter, my husband of 6 years, had just come home from work. He was an IT specialist. Quiet, reliable, and steady. The kind of man who believed in routine and in giving his best, whether it was to his job, our marriage, or to anyone who crossed his path. But that night, he seemed tired, worn down by long hours and constant demands at work. I had been waiting for him with dinner ready, though truthfully, I wasn't in the best mood myself. My social media had been buzzing all day, likes, messages, little compliments from men I didn't even know personally. I didn't entertain them seriously, but I didn't shut them down either. They made me feel seen in a way Daniel hadn't been making me feel lately. When he walked in, I greeted him with a smile, but he looked distracted. "Hey," he said softly, dropping his bag by the couch. "That's all I get? Just, hey?" I snapped, crossing my arms. He looked at me, tired eyes soft but puzzled. "I'm sorry, long day. I just need a minute." But in that moment, my pride screamed louder than my love. I felt invisible, underappreciated, unloved. Instead of giving him grace, I picked a fight. "You don't even notice me anymore. Do you even realize how many men message me every day? My DMs are full of guys who would treat me better than this." The silence after those words was deafening. Daniel just stood there, his face pale, his jaw tight. I thought he would yell, argue, maybe even beg me not to say such things. But instead, he simply nodded, walked into our bedroom, and closed the door. That night, he didn't touch the dinner I made. He didn't come to bed either. I assumed he was cooling off in the living room. But when I woke up the next morning, his side of the bed was untouched. His bag, his laptop, and his car keys were gone. On the kitchen table was a note. Just one sentence written in his neat handwriting: "If your DMs are full of better men, I won't stand in their way." My heart dropped. I wanted to scream, cry, beg him to come back. But I told myself he was just angry and needed space. Except days turned into weeks, and he didn't return. At first, I convinced myself he was bluffing. But soon his family called, asking why he hadn't been showing up for Sunday dinners. His friends texted me, confused about his sudden silence. That's when it hit me. Daniel wasn't bluffing. He had left because my words shattered something in him. Suddenly, all those men in my DMs felt meaningless. Not one of them offered the comfort Daniel's presence once gave me. They weren't real. They were fleeting attention, empty flattery. And when I scrolled through my messages late at night, I realized none of them truly cared about me. Not like he did. I remembered all the times Daniel had shown love in quiet ways. How he made sure my car was always fueled up. How he would leave little sticky notes on the fridge with sweet reminders like, "Have a good day, beautiful." How he always let me choose the movie, even though he hated romantic comedies. I had thrown all of that away with one careless sentence. Months passed. I tried reaching out, calling, texting, emailing. He never replied. His social media stayed inactive. Friends and family told me he was alive and well, but he didn't want contact. It was like I had been erased from his world. I began seeing a therapist who made me confront the truth. I had been insecure, craving external validation, and instead of communicating my needs to Daniel, I weaponized my words. I made him feel disposable, as if he were just another option on a list of men waiting to take his place. But Daniel wasn't replaceable. He was my husband, my partner, my safe place. One afternoon, I saw him by chance at a bookstore in downtown Dallas. He looked good, healthy, calm, and at peace. He was browsing through the history section, his favorite. My heart pounded as I walked up to him. "Daniel," I whispered. He turned, his eyes landing on me. For a moment, I saw recognition, then distance. "Emily." His voice was polite, but cold. "I'm so sorry," I blurted out, tears stinging my eyes. I didn't mean what I said. I was angry and stupid. You were always the best thing that ever happened to me." He sighed, closing the book he held. "Do you know how it felt hearing that from you? That all the love, all the effort, all the years meant nothing compared to strangers in your inbox." "I know. And I regret it every single day." My voice cracked. "I would give anything for another chance." For a long moment, he looked at me with those eyes I once knew so well. Then he shook his head gently. "I found peace, Emily. I can't go back to being an option. You taught me that I deserved better than that." Those words were like knives in my chest. But I knew he was right. My foolish pride had cost me the person who truly loved me. Now I live alone in that same apartment, filled with echoes of memories. I deleted my social media accounts, realizing they brought me nothing but emptiness. I spend my time reflecting, journaling, and trying to grow into someone who will never again throw away love for ego. If anyone listening to my story takes anything away, let it be this: words matter. In a moment of anger, you can destroy something that takes years to build. Don't test the people who love you, thinking they'll never leave. Sometimes they will. And when they do, no amount of attention from others will ever fill the void they leave behind. Because now I know, my DMs may have been full, but my life is empty without him.